Now in 4 News Now at 6, the Spokane Sheriff's Office will soon be checking on its deputies using artificial intelligence. We'll show you how it's meant to help keep you and your family safe.
I'm tracking more rain and snow on the way. I'll show you what to expect where you live and when we could see some sun in your weekend forecast.
8 people dead and close to 200 others hurt by cars on Spokane streets. What the city is doing to make the roads safer for everyone. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
On your screen right now is video from one of the many body cameras currently being used by the Spokane County Sheriff's Office. Each day, they record hundreds of hours of footage of deputies involved in everything from traffic stops to standoffs. Screening all that video to make sure deputies are doing everything by the book would take hundreds of man-hours. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Soon, all the footage will be analyzed by artificial intelligence. Alexandra Cohen-Yard shares how this new software is not just meant to hold deputies accountable, but to improve overall safety for everyone.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office has been using these body-worn cameras for just about 3 years. It says it has already noticed the benefits of using these. The hope is that this AI software helps them improve the services they provide even more.
It can make a really big impact on professional policing.
Right now, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office says it has little data on how the agency's training programs affect real-world outcomes.
This AI software is a way to start putting empirical data to that.
Thanks to a nearly $1 million federal grant, the Sheriff's Office will soon be able to use AI to analyze body-worn cam footage and better understand human interactions.
It can do it for us in a way that we physically couldn't accomplish, as a human being.
While this software is used at agencies nationwide, Spokane County is the first to apply this data towards training services and see if what they are doing now is working.
Did this deputy display that they kept the skills that we trained them for? They showed it here. Did they maintain that skill set out here? And did it have any effect in the outcome of the call?
So how does this software work? Through the use of biometrics, it will be able to make assessments of emotions like stress, anger, or excitement, with the hope that it will help the agency decipher the causes behind those behaviors.
As a law enforcement professional, that is where, we can really make a difference in our deputies' lives and really make a difference in our community's lives.
The Sheriff's Office hopes to start using this software as early as February, with someone monitoring it for its first few months. In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yard, 4 News Now.
Well, we saw a little bit of snow in the valleys today, and we might have even more on the way.
Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see if it'll impact your weekend plans.
It will, but it will not be in the form of snow in most locations. Watching our radar right now, we're seeing some very, very light precipitation moving into the Columbia Basin. It is not amounting to much, but it is going to pick up in intensity, but most likely in the form of rain. As it moves into Spokane and Coeur d'Alene later this evening, here's 9 o'clock. It may initially start off as a rain-snow mix or non-accumulating snow, but it won't take long before it will be turning all to rain, even in some of the northern valleys. Rain overnight through tomorrow morning, 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Finally, by 8 a.m., most of the region will be drying out, except for some lingering mountain showers. We have another chance of wet weather later in the day, but maybe done at least for the morning. Temperatures right now are above freezing in most locations. Couple exceptions up around Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, Winthrop, and these temperatures are not going to drop from their current readings. They'll actually be increasing later this evening and keep on going through a very warm Saturday. I'll be back with a closer look at your Saturday forecast, plus tell you about a little bit of sunshine on the way for Sunday in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. While the Idaho Vandals return to the gridiron tonight in the FCS quarterfinals.
Sports Director Jack Wallace is here now with how this game shapes up for the Vandals against an undefeated and very tough Montana State team.
Well, safe to say tough is quite the understatement. They're the #1 overall seed, thumping Idaho 38-7 in the regular season meeting. So what could make this time different? Well, I got 2 words for you. Jack Lane, the sophomore quarterback, threw for 318 yards, 3 touchdowns last weekend against the Lehigh Mountain Hawks for the Vandals' second-round win. Their first year of back-to-back second-round dubs since rejoining the FCS in 2017. Lane did not play in the MSU game due to an injury, and he looks to make a statement for the black and gold to advance.
Yeah, I mean, these are the kind of atmospheres you dream of playing in, you know. Their crowd always delivers, you know. It's a great environment. Super fun as just a football fan, you know, to be in that kind of environment. So it was cool last time, and I'm excited because I hope the crowd's even better this time, so excited.
So speaking of that crowd, Montana State 33-1 in their last 34 home games. That only lost in last season's playoff opener against North Dakota State. That was a blocked PAT in overtime for the loss. Now the current score, not quite much yet. The game has just now started, so still 0-0 as we get started. We're going to have a larger score update later on in the show. Full highlights nightside in studio. This is Jack Wallace, and back to y'all the desk.
Thank you, Jack. Well, the parents of a former WSU student who died in a hazing incident are behind a new federal anti-hazing bill that's set to become law.
The Stop Campus Hazing Act recently passed the U.S. Senate, which requires colleges and universities to publish hazing reports. Derek Strom spoke with one of the supporters of the bill who hopes it will create more accountability.
Derek, Kirsten, Jolene Houts lost her son, Sam Martinez, in a hazing incident at WSU in 2019. She and other parents who lost their children to hazing have been working together to get this legislation passed federally for the last several years.
A club of families that nobody wants to join, and we would really like to not have any new members.
Sam Martinez died from acute alcohol poisoning after attending a night of hazing in his fraternity at WSU. His parents say it took a couple of years for their family to begin recovering from his death, but now they're hoping new federal legislation will prevent other families from experiencing the same tragedy.
The transparency piece alone, requiring colleges and universities to share what they know about hazing happening on their campuses, is going to save lives.
Once the president signs the bill into law, every college and university in the country will be required to publish hazing reports publicly within a year of the bill becoming law. Those reports will have to be updated twice per year after that. Only 9 states currently require colleges and universities to publicly report hazing incidents, but within those states, nearly half of schools aren't publishing reports as required.
I have asked for a work session in the upcoming legislative session, and I'm working with some state lawmakers to bring together the colleges and universities so that we can understand what may be getting in the way of them implementing the law.
Houts also founded hazinginfo.org, which has free information on hazing incidents at colleges and universities. She hopes to have comprehensive information for every school in every state available by 2026. In studio, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Derek, thank you. Still ahead here on 4 News Now at 6. The cost of YouTube TV is about to go up. Coming up, we'll break down if streaming services are becoming just expensive as cable bills.
Plus, dozens of local veterans will be spending the holidays away from their family and friends. We'll explain what you can do to help spread some holiday cheer to those who have served.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. Save your green!
Elegance, style, quality, custom made for your project. Agalite shower doors and bath enclosures by River City Glass are designed for a lifetime of use. Timeless beauty that speaks for itself with superior quality and exceptional value. Offering exquisite custom wine room enclosures and office room glass, specializing in custom mirrors crafted to fit your space. Producing high-performance glass for every project, residential and commercial. River City Glass.
Orpheus was a poor boy, but he had a gift to give. And Eurydice was a young girl, but she'd seen how the world was. She fell in spite of herself in love. Just how far we can go for her.
December 21st and 22nd. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
As temperatures drop, your heating bill will inevitably rise. And with cold weather right around the corner, things are about to get expensive. But Bill's Heating and AC is here to help. We're including a free cold climate heat pump with every furnace while supplies last. You heard that right. Cut your heating bills in half with a new energy-efficient cold climate heat pump for free. We're the area's top cold climate heat pump experts. So don't miss out on this incredible offer. Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun to drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Well, it's been a deadly year for walkers and cyclists in Spokane. Since the start of the year, 196 people have been injured in accidents and 8 have been killed.
And there's a push to ramp up safety for drivers and pedestrians alike. Jordan Smith is live at Riverfront Park to show us these concerns.
Yeah, probably an ill-advised location for a live shot. I'm standing here in the street, in the bike lane, more specifically on Spokane Falls Boulevard, just to show you there is not much room in this bike lane that separates me from the traffic that's coming by here at 6 o'clock. And one cyclist told me that she's been biking all of her life. Even she feels a little bit intimidated when she's pedaling through these areas of Spokane. In many areas of Spokane, the only thing separating a several-ton car and a cyclist is that thin white line.
It was actually dragged underneath the truck for a while.
John Amond, owner of Bike Hub, knows that all too well, describing his friend's collision near the Palouse Highway.
His surgery took about 6 to 7 months for him to be able to get back on a bike.
His friend was able to walk away. Others haven't been as lucky.
No matter how strong your helmet is or how safe you ride, like, you are kind of at the mercy of drivers, and it's a scary place to be.
In a city that feels geared towards drivers, I asked Spokane's future director of transportation, how do we reverse this trend? John Snyder says there are plans already in the works.
The city council passed the 27 for 27, which is this concept of creating 27 miles of new bikeways for the end of 2027.
Part of those plans include putting barriers around bike lanes, which Lauren Pangborn says is a vital step towards ensuring safety.
That hardened separation is really crucial. It's those jersey barriers, those parking stops, things that physically separate and prevent car drivers from driving their cars into bike lanes.
And we've seen some of those barriers be implemented on Howard, but there's a lot of bike lanes left to go. Meanwhile, January 1st, a new law will go into effect, which ramps up the punishment for drivers who are found to be negligent, who are a part of these collisions that injure or kill pedestrians or cyclists. Now, in the meantime, as we wait for these bike lanes to be upgraded, it's very important. We all know that Spokane can be pretty poorly lit in some areas. If you are out and about at night, wear bright clothing, make sure to have a light on your bike, and of course, never assume that drivers can see. Reporting live in Spokane tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Jordan, thank you. A site along the Columbia River in northeast Washington is so contaminated with lead and arsenic, it's not safe for anyone to be near it. And because of this, the EPA has added the area of Lake Roosevelt near Northport to the Superfund National Priorities list. The EPA blames the contaminated sediment in the river on the Tecumseh smelting facility. That's 10 miles up the river in Trail, British Columbia. It also points a finger at the old Leroy smelter in Northport. Adding the site to the Superfund list should allow for an organized cleanup and remediation of that site. It also clears the way for federal funding to pay for cleanup that can often take years.
The owner of multiple Spokane-based trucking companies will be sentenced for stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars of COVID relief funding and conspiracy to violate the Clean Air Act. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Pavel Turlak pleaded guilty to purchasing illegal delete tune files from a company in Florida. These files would allow his trucks to beat required emissions controls and monitoring systems. He also used those same businesses to obtain more than $300,000 in COVID relief funds. Turlak will be sentenced in April.
All right, let's talk about something that's been hitting a lot of wallets lately. That's the rising cost of streaming TV. And for many, another price hike is on the way.
And it has people asking, is streaming starting to feel more like cable? ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details.
YouTube is once again raising the price of its TV streaming service.
I don't think consumers are going to be too happy about this increase in price.
YouTube TV surged in popularity with its low-cost service, prompting millions to cut the cord on their cable TV packages. When it launched in 2017, a subscription ran $35 a month. It jumped to $50 by 2019, then to $73 last year, and beginning next month, it will cost $83 a month. One critic on X writing, "Congrats to YouTube TV for evolving into the very thing it swore to destroy," adding the hashtag #FullCircle.
A few years back, they were looking at ways to cut costs of what it was to consume cable television. But the fact of the matter is that it costs more than ever, and it almost doesn't matter where you get your TV from right now.
It's not just YouTube TV. In July, Peacock increased its premium subscription by $20 to $80 a year. In October, Disney, ABC's parent company, raised prices for Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. As for Netflix users, one Wall Street analyst predicts a robust price hike coming in the new year.
I think this absolutely is a wave of the future, and what's happening right now is that people are going to have to decide where they're going to get their base TV consumption from.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
ABC4 News Now, still free, always free. And here's an absolutely free forecast. It is not free of rain, however. We have a good chance of rain tomorrow morning. That will taper off a bit in the afternoon. That's your best chance to get outside and stay dry. A high temperature of 43, 34 is our average high. Chance of showers returns in the evening, but they won't be around for long. I'll be back with your 7-day outlook.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU, here for good.
Cheney, Medical Lake, and the whole Airway Heights area have become a special place in our story. First, it was the place where my dad started Holiday Heating and Cooling. He walked the streets, going door to door, seeing if anyone needed help with their heating and air conditioning. And then there's my story. Cheney is where I grew up, went to school, and finished my degree in mechanical engineering. That helped give me the foundation for what I do today. Now, taking Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric to the next generation. It's a special place in my heart, and Holiday is proud to be part of this community.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and cheeks and mouth and
skilled professionals helping you to be your best. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Give the gift of me time this year with a gift card.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. So this is better. That too. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It works with your asthma medicine to help improve lung function. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems and doesn't replace a rescue inhaler. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels, like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop steroid, asthma, or other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma, and now approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Let's get it.
It's snowing! Congratulations.
I think it's super fun.
I love it.
That's a Grizzly offer right there.
Shark Tank tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
A pocket of Spokane homes overrun with crime and drugs, leaving neighbors too scared to go outside. One company is fighting back, but it's no easy fix. I'm Natalie Grant. See the extreme measures being taken to turn things around. Wednesday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
All right, welcome back. Here's a live look over downtown Spokane, where the skies are clear, at least for now, as we are tracking more wet weather on the way. Let's send it over to Chris Crocker to see when it will arrive.
Well, in some spots, it's already arrived, and that includes some of the mountain passes. Want to give you a quick tour because I know a lot of parents are waiting for kids to come home from college, from Missoula and Bozeman and Western and UW. At Stevens Pass and the Snoqualmie Pass, they've gone from bare to wet to a little bit slushy in spots, and it is snowing in both locations. If kids are coming home tomorrow, should be much better conditions in terms of the snow level being high enough that it'll be mostly rain they'll be dealing with. 4th of July pass and Lookout Pass, just a few icy spots, but otherwise fairly smooth sailing. If you've got some young ones you're expecting home this evening, tomorrow also be a decent day to go over those passes to the east. Live conditions in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we're still at 33 degrees. That temperature will actually increase this evening and keep increasing overnight through the day tomorrow. Roads around the region are wet, so you may run into some areas where the wet roads are refreezing, but the precipitation will really start ramping up in the Spokane area after 9 o'clock. And then as we get into the overnight, our odds of wet weather increase up to 100% by around midnight, and then begin to taper off as we get into tomorrow morning, and then dropping off rather dramatically by mid-morning. Tracking our weather pattern, this is a front moving through right now that's bringing some warm air along with it, sending those snow levels very high. Here's Saturday at 10 a.m. We'll be dry around most of the region. Another round of showers in the evening are mainly going to be impacting the mountains. Meanwhile, Sunday, here's 7 a.m. Sunday, some mountain snow showers. Otherwise, we're going to be dry across the region, and that's our best chance to see some sunshine on Sunday, even though it will be a little cooler. Even cooler on Monday, and that's when the next system moves in, which could bring us some measurable snow. Our snow level going from around 4,500 feet tomorrow down to, well, around 2,200 on Monday. Monday morning, however, it will be even lower than that. So we have a chance to see some snow throughout the region Monday morning. Saturday morning's lows will be hit this evening, actually, and then we'll see our temperatures increase through the day tomorrow into the 40s in most locations around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Plenty of 40s around the region tomorrow, even Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry in the 40s on Saturday. We cool back down on Sunday, 36 and partly sunny. Some snow possible Monday with a mix of snow on Tuesday. Then we're back up close to 40 degrees by the middle of next week. Kirsten?
All right, thank you, Chris. Well, the holidays can be a time to gather with your friends and family, but that can also spark a sense of loneliness.
Nearly 100 veterans live at our local nursing home for veterans, and many of them don't have family nearby to spend the holidays with. Marissa Rio shares how you can help make Christmas a little merrier for our local veterans this year.
I did my active time, and then I got out and joined the reserves. And so active time and reserve time came up to 23 years.
Gary Wright served in the Army from 1975 to 1991. His reason?
Keeping our nation safe.
For the past 7 years, Gary has lived at the Spokane Veterans Home, a local nursing home for veterans. Everyone here put their lives on the line so our country can enjoy the freedoms we do every day.
Some people just forget, and it's nice to be known.
It's the holiday season, and many of the veterans here don't have family nearby. You can help make their Christmas a little more merry by the simple act of writing and sending them in a holiday letter.
It feels good to read it. You know, some of them have a lot of stuff on them, and a lot of stuff in them, and some just have thank you for your service, and that's enough.
A simple thank you can go a long way in the veteran community.
It makes you feel good, you know, because there were some people that were, you know, back in the day, they were shrugged off when they came home.
Like this gentleman here who served in Vietnam. He asked to remain anonymous. He said coming back home after the war was rough. And as his eyes welled up with tears, he said it isn't the card, but it's the thank you written inside that means so much. For information on how you can send holiday cards to the Spokane Veterans Home, visit our website at kxly.com. In Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Beautiful story there. Well, still ahead, investigators are still searching for a motive in the United Healthcare CEO murder. We'll have the latest coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Sometimes the small gifts in a small box make the biggest impact, like Stackables. This Christmas, let a stackable from Tracy Jewelers remind her of how much she's loved. Small ring, big thank you. Stackables, mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers.
This Christmas, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay. And take advantage of year-end specials on your favorite Toyotas. Plus, delay payments for up to 90 days. Making it a great time to check off your wish list for that perfect gift from Findlay.
It's jaw-dropping, it's eye-popping, it's gut-busting, it's showtime. That's right, the whole world loves Beetlejuice. It's a rowdy, rambunctious, rollicking good time, and a big fantastical funhouse. Beautiful. Everyone agrees this show is so good. You've never seen anything quite like. What else do you need to hear? Beetlejuice, coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts December 31st through January 5th.
I'm JJ. I'm Tyler. We're with Kiona Vineyards, and we're here at Yokes Fresh Market. Our grandparents planted the first vineyard on what would become Red Mountain. Some of our legacy cultivars include Cabernet Sauvignon, Lemberger, and Chenin Blanc. The Lemberger is really exciting, right? It has really high red and blue fruit profile to it. We are a big little winery. Yokes has been a beautiful match for us culturally.
Check out Kiona Wines at Yokes Fresh Market.
Admit it, it's not easy parenting during the holidays. If only... You know what would be great? A parenting playbook to help moms get through the holidays and actually have some fun. Oh, wait, that's exactly what we're doing next week on GMA.
Sometimes the small gifts in a small box make the biggest impact, like stackables. This Christmas, let a stackable from Tracy Jewelers remind her of how much she's loved. Small ring, big thank you. Stackables, mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
Around the nation, new details tonight about the man accused of killing the CEO of United Healthcare in New York City.
Manhattan prosecutors are presenting evidence to a grand jury in hopes of an indictment as investigators are trying to figure out a possible motive. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest on the investigation.
As prosecutors present evidence to a grand jury and prepare for an extradition hearing that could bring United Healthcare CEO murder suspect Luigi Mangione back to New York City, sources say police are working to piece together the suspect's movements. According to sources, investigators now believe the suspected gunman took the subway down to Penn Station and took a train to Philadelphia instead of the bus from the George Washington bus terminal, as originally thought. It comes as investigators say they're looking into whether United Healthcare was targeted because of its size. The company tells ABC News Brian Thompson's killer was not a member of United Healthcare. The NYPD telling NBC New York. Mangione did, however, mention it's the 5th largest corporation in America.
We anticipate that before very long, he'll be brought back to New York where he needs to be, facing the consequences of that horrific, audacious attack on the streets of New York City.
Investigators also working to tame threats to healthcare companies and other corporate CEOs. Now, the head of United Healthcare's parent company stating that the healthcare system is flawed. United Health Group CEO Andrew Whitty writing in a New York Times essay, "No one would design a system like the one we have, and no one did. It's a patchwork built over decades. Our mission is to help make it work better." Whitty adding no employees should have to fear for their and their loved ones' safety. And though Luigi Mangione currently has an extradition hearing set for December 30th, Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg saying Mangione may waive extradition here to New York City as early as Tuesday. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Well, you can now help United Airlines keep track of your bags using an Apple AirTag.
Yeah, we'll show you how it works and how to make sure the airline isn't tracking you once you pick up those bags. Plus, the city of Spokane says it's adding more locations to its scattered shelters plan. We'll show you if one of those will be coming to your neighborhood next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Shop consigned furniture and jewelry first for new, consigned, and even one-of-a-kind pieces. New shipments coming in every day. Save up to 70% off retail. If you don't see the price you like, make us an offer.
Consigned furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
Thank you, honey. I love it.
Don't thank me. Thank Santa.
What did you get?
Northern Quest gift card.
Wait, I didn't get that for you.
Oh, I know. Santa did.
Merry Christmas!
Hey, well, who accidentally broke your favorite Christmas ornament? Clumsy Santa.
Give the gift of Northern Quest. Visit or go online.
Fred's Appliance Clearance Centers are your one-stop shop for top-quality appliances and unbeatable prices. Top brand closeouts, full factory warranty, and new inventory arriving daily. Take advantage of incredible discounts with savings you won't find anywhere else. Hurry in! With Fred's Clearance Center's huge selection of heavily discounted name brand appliances, the inventory moves fast. For the best deals on appliances in Spokane, visit either of Fred's Clearance Centers today.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged to perfection for 5 weeks and never frozen. Oven ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast, tied and seasoned at your request. Reserve yours now, exclusively at Yolk's Fresh Markets.
Shop consigned furniture and jewelry first for new, consigned, and even one-of-a-kind pieces. New shipments coming in every day. Save up to 70% off retail. If you don't see the price you like, make us an offer.
Consigned furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, Spokane will have 4 new scattered shelters next year. Empire Health Foundation told the City Council on Monday that its goal is to bring some of these online as early as January.
Madeline Mullen spoke with Empire Health Foundation and has more on where these shelters will be.
With the new scattered site shelter model, any neighborhood in Spokane could see a shelter move in next door.
We are in discussions and in some point of those discussions with those different parties, providers, and the building owners.
Out of the 4 shelters, 2 will be in North Spokane and 2 in South Spokane. The ones in North Spokane for women and families. The ones in South Spokane for those with medical needs and for adult men and women.
We're hopeful that 1 or 2 of those may come online as early as January.
With these shelters coming online, Zeke Smith, the president of Empire Health Foundation, says that open communication with the neighborhood is an important step.
Meet the providers and hear how these people are really committed to providing environments that are good for our houseless neighbors, but are also good for the neighbors around them.
The Cedar Center is one of the shelters that's part of the scattered site shelter model, and everybody that's staying here must sign the Good Neighbor Agreement. Jeff Stevens lives near the Cedar Center.
I think the Good Neighbor Agreement is really a good way to tamper down some of that concern and make them more accepting. If they're going to be placing these in the neighborhood councils or neighborhoods, then they should be able to have some process where they can deal with those residents' concerns.
While a Good Neighbor Agreement is not mandatory, Smith says they would like to have one between each shelter and the surrounding neighborhood.
What are you really worried or afraid of? And are there ways in which actually we already have systems in place that are going to address those fears and worries?
Smith says that the scattered site model is a good one, and one that's even better when all parties are on board. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, our team of weather experts are tracking more wet weather on the way this weekend.
Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast.
That's right. We have some very light precipitation making its way into the Columbia Basin, up into the Okanagan Highlands and Valleys, and into the Northeast Mountains. This precipitation will be moving into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area later this evening. I say precipitation because it may start off as a variety of types. Rain, snow, before eventually turning all to rain. Watching our forecast radar, we see that pink and blue to start, but it's going to turn all green as warmer air with this system moves into the region. Even in the northern valleys, we are looking at mostly rain with snow in the highest mountains by Saturday morning. And by Saturday morning, we're also going to start to dry off, even though we do have a chance to see some showers on a more hit and miss basis once we get into Saturday evening. Our temperatures right now are just about as cool as they're going to be. We're going to see these temperatures either hold steady or maybe drop a degree and then begin increasing through the overnight. So by tomorrow morning, we'll be up in the mid to upper 30s, heading to a high of 43 degrees. 34 is our average high. With these mild temperatures continuing, some of us might be wondering when winter will really get started in the inland Northwest. Meteorologist Matt Gray is looking farther ahead than anyone else to give us a roadmap winter has in store.
All right, thank you, Chris. And since late November, North America has more or less been in the same weather pattern. Storminess and activity in the east, drier, warmer, and low clouds and fog in the west. Now, this isn't what the weather map has looked like every day, but more often than not, a storm will push through quickly and we snap right back into this pattern. And by the way, that applies to this upcoming week of weather as well. We're active for a few more days, but by the end of next work week, we are right back into that mild pattern across the western U.S. Now, there will still be some storms and chances for rain and snow at times in the coming weeks, but there are no major weather systems that we foresee rolling around here for a long time. And that brings us to the question, when is this going to change? When is there going to be a switch up from these mild winter conditions? And can winter and wintry weather make a comeback in the second half of the season? Well, here's what some of the long-range forecasting computers are showing us. Now, these are 8 different weather models. They look at the large-scale weather pattern from January through March 2025. So right around the corner, just a few weeks away. Now, where you see these areas in red, this is where you're most likely to have dry, mild weather most of the time during that period. Where it's blue is where you're more likely to see wet and cold weather. Now, notice that the majority of these models place the activity over western Canada and the northwest United States. Also put a little red marker there where Spokane is. I will say that pattern would make sense for us if and when La Nina finally shows up. We're still waiting on it after talking about it for over half a year. We'll see how that goes. So what can we take away from this? Well, look, we don't know exactly when or how long it'll last, but a lot of things are starting to point towards the second half of winter, sometime that January, February timeframe being, well, a lot more wintry than what we have seen so far this season.
All right, Matt, thank you. Well, we want to remind you that tomorrow night, the Friends of Manitou will be flipping the switch and turning Duncan Garden into a winter wonderland. While you're there, you can grab some snacks and even a hot chocolate while enjoying your walk along the half-mile route.
And while you're in the area, why not check out the holiday lights at Cowley Park, right across the street from Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, put up by our very own Mark Peterson and the Extreme Team. It is all a part of our annual Making Spirits Bright event. We highly recommend you go check that out for yourself in person. One of my nephews goes to St. Anne's and is able to still see it when they leave from the daycare. So yeah, definitely a favorite.
Nice.
Well, many will be taking to the skies for the holidays, and there are a lot of things that can derail your travel plans, like the airline losing your luggage.
But on United flights, you can now use an Apple AirTag to help them find it. ABC's Becky Worley explains how it works.
A new way to track lost luggage. United Airlines now able to accept location data from AirTags you put inside your luggage.
I'm just waiting on a bag. It says it's here, but it is not here.
Van Scott put an AirTag in his bag.
The AirTag says it's right here.
But it's
not quite here.
In the past, Van might not have been able to use the AirTag info because airlines had no way of taking in that live location data and sharing it with their baggage handlers. But now, Apple creating a shareable link for customers with real-time location data you can give to the airline.
So that's when you would fire up the Find My app. I'm going to look for the luggage tag. I've named it Becky's Luggage. And then I'm going to scroll down to where it says Lost AirTag. You'll see I have Share Item Location. At this point, it's going to generate a link. I share link, and now I can airdrop it, text it, or mail it to the customer service agent. Or if United sends out a notification that my bag is lost, I can paste that right into the app.
99% of the bags arrive with the customers or before the customer. But those 1% of customers that do not have their bags, we want to make sure that we can track.
United saying once the bag is found or after 7 days, the shared link is disabled for privacy protection. Beyond the friendly skies, Apple says that Delta and more than 15 other airlines are set to go live with AirTag compatibility soon. And good news for Van. With the AirTag telling him the bag was somewhere in the airport, the customer service agent was able to direct him to the odd-sized baggage claim, where he found his bag.
That was user error on my part. I didn't realize it would be over there.
That's cool, though.
Big fan of the AirTag.
All right, good job. Thanks.
Take care.
Hey, it works. Well, the Holiday Bowl has one quarterback locked in on the Syracuse side.
Things are a little bit murkier for the Cougs 2 weeks out from the big game.
So no official word yet on John Mateer's status this postseason, but our sports reporter Sydney Berger was in Pullman today to learn head coach Jake Diggert's perspective on the situation. All that coming up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shop the Valley. We're packaged perfectly.
When it comes to taking care of your car, trust the family-owned service department that puts you first. At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we don't just fix cars, we keep your family safe on the road. With no hidden fees or surprise charges, you'll always know exactly what you're paying for. And with us, you only pay a 6% tax on parts, never on labor. Come to Coeur d'Alene Honda, where quality service meets honest pricing every time. Call us to schedule an appointment today.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox Premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market, with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
At Jewelry Design Center, we want to be your jeweler for life. We are locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you a showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. We are a team of artists, craftsmen, and professionals who create exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Take time to think it over, but we are not your average jewelry store. From our hands to your heart, we are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
Next, E.T. I'm having a ball. Harrison Ford in the cast of Shrinking, plus...
I'm Donnie Wahlberg, and this is my E.T. retrospective.
A look back on the cool...
and cringy.
Next, watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
A pocket of Spokane homes overrun with crime and drugs, leaving neighbors too scared to go outside. One company is fighting back, but it's no easy fix. I'm Natalie Grant. See the extreme measures being taken to turn things around. Wednesday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
Washington State football has practiced so hard this week ahead of their bowl appearance in San Diego in just 2 weeks from right now. We're hearing more and more updates on who is in and who might be out for the Holiday Bowl against Syracuse. We've seen on social media that Syracuse quarterback Kyle McCord says that he is playing in this bowl game with the Orange, which means the Cougs will be getting Syracuse best on offense with the nation's leading passer. But as for Washington State, it's still not quite clear on whether starting quarterback John Mateer will play with the Crimson and Gray or enter the transfer portal. Coach Jake Dickert says that they are giving Mateer time to evaluate the offer on the table.
It's been amazing to see what the Coug fans and Coug Nation has done in the university through the collective. It's been a really amazing kind of pitch. He's going to spend kind of some time with his family this weekend, and we'll know very soon. Yeah, John's going to go meet with his family and kind of mull over everything that we put together, and hopefully it'll be the Cougs.
There's more movement in the coaching staff as well. Matt Zenitz with CBS Sports reported that Oklahoma is set to hire WSU quarterbacks coach John Kuzieski. Last week it was announced Ben Arbuckle took the OC job at Oklahoma. That school also has been rumored to be one of the top contenders if Mateer decides to enter the portal. Dickert said last week Kuzieski was going to call plays on the offense for the Holiday Bowl. Former Washington State head coach Nick Rolovich joins the Cal Golden Bears as their new senior offensive assistant today. WSU fired Rolovich in the middle of the 2021 season after he refused to take a COVID-19 vaccine, leading the way for Jake Dickert to be tapped as the interim head coach at the time. This is the California native's first college football job since his time at Wazoo, and he will work with former Auburn head coach Brian Harsin, the Golden Bears' new offensive coordinator. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are under 24 hours from their tip-off in the Hall of Fame series against the back-to-back defending national champion UConn Huskies. The Big East Giants have slipped a little bit to 7-3 this year after a string of 3 straight L's in the Maui Invitational, followed by wins over Big 12 Baylor and SEC Texas. The Zags are 7-2 after a 2-1 trip in the Battle for Atlantis, followed by an overtime loss in Seattle to Kentucky, their second OT loss. Tip-off in Madison Square Garden is tomorrow at 5 o'clock. The Idaho Vandals football squad is out now in Bozeman, Montana against the Montana State Bobcats in the FCS quarterfinals. They beat the Lehigh Mountain Hawks last weekend to close out their time in the Kibbie Dome this year, where the Black and Gold win a perfect 6-0, their first unblemished home slate since the mid-1990s. The Bobcats remain undefeated at 13-0, champs of the Big Sky, and beat Idaho 38-7 in their last meeting in Montana this year. But that game was without Vandal starting quarterback Jack Lane. The score is now 10-7 Bobcats early in the second quarter. Jack Lane a bit ago with a 55-yard touchdown to Jordan Dwyer. And we're going to have a final update plus highlights from Idaho's big game later on this evening on Nightside. In studio, I'm Jack Wallace. And will it be as cold here as it is in Bozeman, Chris?
No, it rarely is, Jack. Our almanac for today, we picked up only 0.02 of an inch of precipitation at the airport, but there reported 0.7 of an inch of snow from the system that moved through this morning. We are running behind average year to date. More snow in the mountains. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our Drive Home the Holiday Sales event, where you'll save up to $16,000 off or 0% APR on a new Sierra 1500 Crew Cab Denali. Then ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange. We're family owned and operated at GMC of Riverfront Park.
I'm Chad Young from the EasyHomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With the EasyHomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
I use my phone for everything. And now with my Ascend checking from P1FCU, I can do even more. I can deposit checks and easily make payments with my mobile wallet. And when my clumsiness gets the best of me and my phone finally does break, I get free cell phone insurance with my Ascend checking too.
Open your P1FCU checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today.
With prices of natural gas and propane skyrocketing, your heating bill is getting out of control. But before you turn down the heat, give the experts at Bill's Heating and Air a call. They have the latest in dual fuel technology to keep your family comfortable and the utility bills low. There has never been a better time to upgrade because now every furnace purchase comes with a free heat pump. So call Bill's Heating today to get your free heat pump while supplies last.
For memories you can't make online. Experience the magic of the holidays at River Park Square.
It's our Drive Home the Holiday Sales Event, where you'll save up to $9,000 off or 3.9% APR on a new Sierra 2500 HD Denali. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange. We're family owned and operated at GMC of Riverfront Park.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Welcome back. And Chris, we are talking precipitation of some kind.
Yes, yes. It's mostly going to be rain. You know, I think we had our snow this morning,
Right.
and wasn't it Christmassy?
I did announce to the newsroom, if you'd like to see some snowflakes, now is the time to walk outside because it might not happen.
I know. No, this rain is coming in, and again on Monday we may see some snow, but you know who's got some snow? Our friends at the ski areas. Let's take a look at the ski report. You know, thank goodness things got off to a great start around the region. Everybody got open, and we haven't had a big Pineapple Express atmospheric river that destroyed the snow that we've had. So things have been able to maintain the integrity. We haven't had any giant powder days, but things are looking good on the groomers. It hasn't been too cold. Everybody got 1 inch of snow. I don't know when I've seen a ski report where everybody reported the exact same amount of snow over the last 24 hours. So everybody wins, and everybody's open, looking forward to a great weekend. And a lot of places that aren't open 7 days a week currently will be as kids get out of school next week. On our radar right now, we are watching some snow moving into the region. Not much of this is reaching the ground yet, and we're getting reports of mist or precipitation of an undetermined type, and that is likely what is going to happen initially in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Some very fine rain-snow mix as we get into the late evening. If you're heading out for dinner, take a raincoat along with you. It will not be a pleasant walk to the car afterward, and then it's going to pick up in intensity as we get into the overnight, and we'll start to see rain. Our snow level will be increasing through the night, up around 4,000 feet overnight, up around 4,500 feet as we get into Saturday, and that takes it awfully close to our ski areas. And in some of the more southern locations, I won't mention any names of our ski areas, it may even be closer to 5,000 feet at times on Saturday, but then it really drops as we get into Sunday, and the chance of snow will continue in the mountains on Sunday, even though we're going to be dry in the valleys and very likely see a little bit of sunshine. The snow is back in the forecast for Monday. Monday morning snow level will be down as low as the lowest valleys, but then we'll be up around 2,200 feet in the afternoon. That takes it up to the South Hill, and then even a little above the South Hill on Tuesday with some lingering rain and snow showers then, but more in the mountains. So the news is good for the mountains. They will have no problem tomorrow. Saturday morning lows will be down in the 30s. That says Saturday morning. It's actually going to be Friday night lows because our overnight lows will increase through the night. That will be the case around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, too. These are basically our current temperatures. Highs tomorrow well above average. We'll be in the 40s in most locations, 39 in Spirit Lake, an exception, but above freezing everywhere, even Winthrop. 33, almost 50 degrees in Lewiston. We'll be in the mid 40s around the Spokane area, Ritzville, dropping back down to 36 on Sunday. That's still above average. In fact, all of these temperatures that you see are above average through the 7-day forecast. Snow on Monday might not amount to much. A rain-snow mix on Tuesday, and even though it will be rainy in Spokane on Saturday, looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow in the mountains.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, people who enjoy Bear Lake Park in North Spokane County missed out this year. The park closed for 2024, so crews could give it a big-time makeover.
And it will fully reopen in May, but there's now some limited access for a little winter fun. Take a look at the changes in tonight's Air for Adventure.
It's a nice, intimate little lake. Today was incredible. It was quiet. They've really fixed this place up. It's not done yet, but it's looking beautiful.
We had about $3.4 million to renovate the park, mostly the shoreline of Bear Lake, and that included adding 3 new fishing piers. We have 2 large shelters, perimeter walking trail that goes all the way around the lake. There's 3 beaches on the west side of the lake and then 1 on the east side, and we have a couple restrooms that are under remodel as well. It's actually an old statue. I found some historic photos of Bear Lake that was renovated, I think, back in the 70s because the bell bottoms were on. Somebody carved a wood statue of a bear that was in the park, and that got repaired and relocated out in the new roundabout area that we just added.
I was one of the first guys here when they opened on the 8th on Monday, and I'd only been here a couple of times before they did the renovation. Well, I used to bring my godson Griffin out here and we'd go fishing, and I like coming out here. It's a nice, intimate little lake. Today was incredible. It was quiet. Caught a couple of fish, and very enjoyable and perfect day.
Looks awesome. All right, it is Friday night, and here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup as you slide into your weekend.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. Neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
Hello, I'm Diamond Dan Clark.
And I'm Jeweler Jane.
And we're from Clark's Diamond Jewelers in beautiful downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Our famous snow promotion is back for Christmas.
If it snows 4 inches or more in 24 hours on January 9th, 2025, all purchases made between November 19th and December 28th will be refunded in full. And that means all engagement rings, loose diamonds and gemstones, jewelry, and gifts could all be free.
Shop Clark's Diamond Jewelers this Christmas and let it snow diamonds.
Mainstream has proudly served Greater Spokane and Northern Idaho for over 20 years, offering reliable and high-quality home services. Our exceptional team is committed to delivering trusted plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical solutions that ensure the comfort and safety of your home. Our goal is to provide the best experience possible when it comes to repairing, maintaining, or installing systems that make your home a more comfortable place to live. Because we are home services, we are Mainstream.
Another successful year, our 8th year making spirits bright in Cowley Park. The 4 News Now Extreme team couldn't do it without all the volunteers and companies that helped us. So we hope you enjoy it. We want to thank Horizon Credit Union for always showing up and getting the job done.
Hey, Andy here with Brothers Flooring Design, and if you've been looking to remodel your kitchen or bathroom and are looking for a company who can pick out what you need, design it, and install it, at Brothers Flooring we can do it all. I guarantee it.
4 News Now is brought to you by Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
It is going to be a rainy start to the weekend. Sunshine a little bit on Sunday.
Nice to see the sun, at least a little bit.
Yeah, even if it just peeks out. We'll see you at 11.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a